Good morning. Good morning, beautiful YouTube people. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Ready to get this live on and popping, on and popping. Had to listen to my song before I got on. Listen to my song before I got... Go ahead, Kareem. Say it, girl, say it. They told you that you couldn't do it because you're washed up. Ain't like them bad girls said you should get your sauce up. But I got this plan and you might not understand. I'ma go hard as I can. And I'm gonna be the boss of it. Just watch me do this, put no limits on it, swag on him. Walk right to the front where I belong and brag on him. Go to the top, I'ma give it all I got. It might take a while, but we ain't gonna ever stop. Good morning, Allie. Lit morning, lit morning, lit morning. How you doing this morning, girl? Thank you for stopping in. Oh, like the video, because I will forget. Like the video, like it. Well, that's really all you can do right now, right? Because we on live. But how are you doing this morning? I'm so lit. I'm always lit. Like I need a volume is what I need. Okay. But I do have a purpose for this live this morning. I was going to just do a regular video, but I wanted some interaction. I know a lot of people, they do their lives and it's just like, come on in, love on each other and all that stuff. But I have a purpose for this live. It's not just for people to come in, but can't grind if I'm asleep. Tired, I haven't been to sleep yet, but can't grind if I'm asleep. You're right about that, girl, but you can't grind without any energy either. You need to refuel, girl. You need some recharge. Okay, you make sure you're getting some recharge. Now that's a priority. Okay, that brain of yours, your body might feel like it's all right. Your body might feel like you can handle it and hang on in there. But your brain, hey, you use that more than anything. That's where everything else comes from. If that thing is tired, you ain't gonna be able to function anyway. Okay. Good morning, Miss Addie. Thank you for joining. Y'all, we are going to, I'm not even going to wait for a bunch of folks to come on up in here. We're going to talk about this thing because I was sitting back yesterday and I started to think about how much I've changed, right? And how I used to be very, very passive aggressive, like very, very passive aggressive, which I try to... Passive aggression is not good. It's a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be passive aggressive. You need to know how to be direct as an adult. You got to know how to be direct and let people know exactly how you feel about whatever you got going on. Okay? I didn't used to be like that. I used to be very passive aggressive because I used to be worried about people getting mad at me or not wanting to be around me or not wanting to be my friend. But listen to me and listen to me good. When I decided to change my mind 3 years ago, and I listened to, I watched, I don't know if y'all watch Oprah's Super Soul Sunday. She did an interview with Shonda Rhimes. Y'all already know Shonda Rhimes is like the queen of nighttime television for this woman. God dang, what? Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder. God dang, that's not all. Grey's Anatomy, How to Get Away with Murder. I know there was a lawyer. What's the one? Olivia Pope. What's that one? What's the one with Olivia Pope? Scandal. You think, Addie? See, y'all be down for your girl. Scandal. Then came out with the spinoff of Grey's Anatomy. I forgot what it was called, but it was like not the real popular doctors, the ones that kind of help out. It was about them. Then they came out with the 911. Like, bruh, this woman is out here doing big things. And all she kept talking about was how she used to have the hardest time saying no to people. She would say no to everybody else. Well, she had the hardest time saying no to other people, but she was comfortable with saying no to herself. And I believe a lot of private practice, she sure did. She sure did, because my girl Addison went over to private practice. Yes, she did. You ain't lying, girl. Ride or die. But I remember when she said she used to have a hard time saying no to people. Do you know that not being able to say no to somebody else is the same thing as saying no to yourself? You can't say no to other people, but by doing that, you're indirectly saying no to yourself because you're not allowing yourself to even express how you really feel. And I was thinking about how easy it is for me now. You know how when you don't, you may not, you may want to do something, you may want to say something, even as simple as, like, this can apply to anything, even with YouTube. You know what I mean? You have such a hard time expressing how you really feel because you're worried about what's going to come out of it. And so passive aggression, to me, is basically just feeling some type of way about it but not saying it, or when you feel a negative way about something but you don't say that, and then when your words and your thoughts don't match, like you say, yeah, I'll do that, but in the back of your mind you don't really want to do that, like you're tired, you don't feel like it, but you feel like you have to say yes to these folks because if not, they're not going to like you, they're not going to want to be around you. Oh, well, okay, let me tell you something. When I started saying no, I remember the very first time I actually said no to somebody, like just flat out no. Shonda Rhimes said no is a complete sentence, okay? You don't have to give any explanation after you say no. You can if you so choose to do so, depending on who you're dealing with. But you don't have to give an explanation to anybody after you tell them no. No is a no, period. Okay? We need to get some shirts that say no, period. You feel me? We don't have to explain to anyone else why what you're asking of me is not something that I feel comfortable or that I choose to do. These are my choices. And if you don't like my choice or my answer, you should go and find you another resource because you're not finna get that from over here. It's all about boundaries. And I didn't realize that until about 3 years ago. Not just boundaries for other people to let them know what they can and cannot do to you, what you will and will not allow, but also boundaries that you give yourself. You got to set boundaries for yourself so that you don't allow people to overstep into it. You gotta set boundaries for yourself because you're supposed to care so much about yourself that you don't even allow certain things to take place. Like you don't even allow yourself to treat yourself a certain way. You don't even allow yourself to overstep the boundaries you set for other people. Like, look, bro, you're not finna stress me out, run up my blood pressure, have me out here looking crazy out in these streets to that man over there. But you know what you do? You turn that finger around like that right there, and you say, look here, you're not finna stress me out, have me out here looking crazy with high blood pressure. Absolutely not. So passive aggressiveness, that'll get you in some serious trouble, okay? And I went and did some research because I like to learn more about myself. And the more I learn about myself, the more stable my choices and my decisions become. You feel where I'm coming from? Because in the past, I would make decisions that would end up leaving me in a place of instability because I didn't even know myself or what I wanted or what I really needed well enough to even be able to make a decision based on what's best for me, because your girl had no idea. Okay, I didn't know. All I wanted was somebody to like me, somebody to be my friend, some form of companionship. No matter what it was, that's what I needed. That's what I desired. And for a long time, I thought I was doing the right thing because I didn't ask of anything from anyone, or I didn't think I required anything from anyone, but I was thinking from a carnal place. I wasn't asking for money. I wasn't asking for a ride. I wasn't asking for, you to take me out to eat, anything like that. But in essence, I really was asking for companionship. And that all goes a little bit deeper because at the time, my worth, my value, I was settling for just anybody because I needed that so bad. Therefore, it was impossible for me to say no. The first time I ever really said no, like just flat out no, period. My god sister texted me and she asked me if I could watch my godson, right? Y'all, no lie, I almost immediately said, okay, without even thinking about myself, without even thinking about what I wanted, without even thinking about whether or not it's something I wanted to do. Not that I needed to. No, if I don't want to, okay? If I didn't want to do that, if I didn't feel like it, if I chose to not babysit your kid for you to go out, I don't have to do that. So I was sitting there and I almost said, okay, or either yeah or sure, right? But I started to think, and this was right after I heard Shonda Rhimes sitting there with Oprah telling you, start giving yourself permission, start saying no, give yourself permission to rest, give yourself permission to recuperate, give yourself permission to have me time, give yourself permission to set and enforce your boundaries, okay? Because quiet as it's kept, okay, they bring the kids to me all the time. You feel me? The kids love it over here. I love the kids over here, but sometimes I need a break, okay? Because I don't even get a break from my own kids. I don't trust nobody. But I need a break from other people's kids sometimes. Even though I love them, sometimes I need a break. And I didn't realize that until I said no. I text her, y'all, I wish y'all could have seen. Let me get my Obama. Come here, Obama. Let me tell you about Obama. Okay, so when she texts me that, this is what happens. This is how bad anxiety is in passive aggressive people. Listen to me, okay? Listen to this. Don't make no sense right here. This is crazy. She said, "Can you please keep him for me this weekend?" I looked at the phone and I wanted so badly to say no. I don't feel like doing this. But I was so scared and so nervous. So then I started thinking about Shonda Rhimes and what she said. And I was like, you know what? I want to try this thing out right quick and see what happens. The phone was shaking in my hand, y'all. I'm not even kidding. I was so scared to say no. It is a real problem. People really have a problem like this for real, and you would not believe. So unless you got the same problem. Hold on a second. I'm using my phone, so it won't let me thumbs up. Oh, it's okay, girl. I already know you like me. I ain't even worried about it. I know you love me. So you ain't even got to leave it like I ain't gonna be mad at you. I promise. Yes, someone asked me to babysit, and I said what time, and she said just make myself available that day. Like what the? So I can't make plans. I wish I would. Good morning, Marcos 007. Thank you for joining my live. Yes. How about you flash your chest? Oh, Arby. Arby, you cannot come to this live with that kind of dialogue, honey. You're gonna have to be removed. You have to be removed. I don't have much of a chest as it is, brother, for you to be coming here asking me to flash it. Then you going, that is so disrespectful, honey. You have a blessed day. Have a blessed day, dear. Let's put you in timeout. You need a timeout. Yeah. Let you think about what you did. You're gonna think about what you did, okay? For 300 seconds. RB is in a different RB's, hey, something ain't right. But we're gonna put him in timeout for a second. And then I don't know how you delete folks, but he gonna have to get up out of here. Hold on, wait. Participants. There we go. Is that how you do it? Hold on. I can see who's in here. Hey y'all. Hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all what happened. Let me figure out how to get him out of here. I'm gonna have to get some moderators on. I must be popping. Gonna need some high user. There we go. You are out of here, RB. All right. All right, homeboy. Don't come in here doing that. No, we don't play that around here, son. You're gonna respect me, okay? Boundaries. Get your life. So I'm shaking the phone, y'all, right? So I was like, okay, God. So I start breathing in, breathing out. I put in. No. Shonda Rhimes said, saying, if you're afraid to say no, say, I'm unable to do that. That's okay. Let me try this out. I type, I'm unable to do that. I've never used that sentence ever before, right? Ever. But I was like, let me try. I'm unable to do that. When I went to hit the send button, I was like, then the thing, I was scared to look at it. Then the thing, bling. I said, God. I looked at it. She said, okay. I said, okay. That's all. That's it. The world didn't explode. My life didn't end. I didn't pass out or go into cardiac arrest. Like everything was just fine. She called her sister. Her sister said she would babysit, and everything all was right with the world. You understand? It is not that hard, okay? So I'm gonna read y'all a few of these. I thought we got this man out of here. What is he doing? Does he have more than the one or something? Listen, y'all, don't even stress out about it. Don't even stress out about it. As long as I don't feel disrespect, he can't disrespect me. Okay. He cannot disrespect me. I have so much respect for myself. It ain't a thing he can do to make me feel disrespected. That man is disrespecting himself. I don't know who he is or where he comes from. I don't even know if it's a man or a woman. Okay. But trust and believe, he can't stop nothing over here. We're gonna get us some moderators going. But baby, trust me when I say we're not worried about this man. We're not worried about this man at all. We're gonna figure out how to get him out of here, but I ain't worried about him. I don't know if that's right, but anyway. So yeah, all was right with the world. Nothing happened. Nothing blew up. I didn't get a headache. She didn't get mad at me or anything like that, right? So I'm like, okay, well, shoot. If this is the way things work, when I look out for myself, then and I felt good about it. Like I'm telling you, I felt so good about being able to say no for the first time and not feel like, okay, something is wrong. But let me tell you what I learned. That is not the case all the time, okay? Everybody is not going to just say, okay. You feel me? I had to learn. And from this process, people have been falling off left and right. Yeah, I think he's gone. I don't know. If he's not, oh well, we're gonna ignore him. But people were started falling off left and right. And I didn't understand why, because I felt like, okay, all I'm doing is looking out for myself. I always, what I tell y'all, I used to always say yes, no matter what the situation was, no matter what time of the day, I always made myself available to any and everybody. And there's nothing wrong with making yourself available, but you got to make yourself available to the right people. You feel me? Because listen to me. It's like, oh, my water bottle. Hold on. I think I did this before, but okay. So look, this is all I got, right? This is all I got. And I'm constantly pouring into other people, constantly. And eventually, I get down to my last drop, but it's like there's nobody with another bottle of fresh, pure, clean, serene water pouring back into your girl. It's like everything I was getting back was mud and dirt and bad choices and decisions and taking advantage of me and manipulating me and using me, you know what I'm saying, for the wrong things in the wrong way, for self-fulfillment and things like that. And I had to shut that down. The first time I said no to somebody who didn't just say okay, I learned then and there, if you want to know how somebody really feels about you, don't do something that they want you to do, okay? And you really see how they feel about you. If they don't come at you and they say, you know what, I respect your decision, I respect your choices, you don't owe me anything, I have no expectations of you as of someone that I love and care about in regards to my life, you good. But you're going to have those people who feel like you're trying to be funny or act funny. Listen, you're not trying to be, ain't nothing funny about it, okay? We ain't over here giggling and cackling and kikiing in each other's faces. No, this is real. This is my real life. And I need for you to really understand that you need to really respect me and my choices and my decisions and my boundaries, or you need to keep it moving. And guess what's going to happen? Some of them are going to keep it moving. And they may even say, oh, Lana, she didn't change. She didn't change. And you know what Lana going to say? She sure did. She sure did. And guess what? You are completely justified and not liking the fact that I've changed, because this is not what you signed up for when you signed up for whatever kind of situationship you signed up for with me. I get that. But I chose to change. And like Bobby Brown says, it's my prerogative. If I want to elevate and level up and better myself, and you don't like that, that's a personal problem, baby. You got to handle that on your own, okay? Now, you are more than welcome to come on with me. You're more than welcome to go on this personal development, level up journey with me, transformation, motivation, inspiration, however you want to look at it. But if you don't, then I'm going to have to leave you where you at, okay? Because what you need to understand is that sometimes there are people that are not going to like the fact that you start to look out for yourself, start to change, level up, set boundaries, love, respect yourself. When you find your self-worth, oh, some people are not going to like it, honey, because they took advantage of the fact that you didn't care nothing about yourself, okay? And they don't care about you either. But what's going to happen is people are going to get mad because, and like I said, they can be upset. They justified in saying that you changed because you are going to change. You have changed. You will constantly change, right? But I learned in my situation, I'm not going to be upset with those people for not liking my change, because if when we became cool, friends, whatever it is we have going on. And I was one way, and they fell in love with the experience of me, right? Not thinking about, well, we need to make sure we always anticipate change. Always anticipate change, y'all, because things change every second of every day. Y'all ain't the same as y'all were before we came in here today. I wasn't either. I'm not either. So you got to always anticipate change. But see, they don't want you to change, because if you change, it can have an effect on what things they're able to pull out of you. If you change, you might just set some boundaries that may not allow them to get over on you like they did in the past. So they fall in love with the experience of you. I was always giving. I always said yes, 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 yes from the very beginning. And it could have been as simple as they fell in love with the fact that they can get anything they want to get out of me. Okay. The nieces and nephews and the kids, they can get about anything they want out of me. Okay. But they learning. They learning. And almost every time it comes with a lesson. Trust and believe. I will Cliff Huxtable somebody's child, not Bill Cosby now. Don't get me wrong. But I'll Cliff Huxtable somebody's child right now with a lecture, okay? Because that is way more effective to me than yelling and screaming and all that other foolishness. Absolutely not. But sometimes they need that. You gotta let some people go. When you decide to change, that's the good thing about leveling up, is that you start to really, really find your people, right? You're born into a family that is not your fault. Okay. I ain't saying your family is bad, but it still ain't your fault that you got born into the family you were born into. It's not your fault that you have, I call them historic friends that's been around for a long time, historic friends, and you feel like you can't get out of it. It's something. This is my best friend. We've been friends up until 3 years ago. I had the same best friend since I was 3. Up until 3 years ago. No lie. Since I was 3. Okay, I'm 32 years old now. Up until about 3 years ago, tight. We don't even talk anymore. There's no hard feelings. There's no bad blood. I still love her. If she needs me, I'm always gonna be there, right? I changed. I've changed. And I ain't saying she was wrong, but I realized our friendship was built on a weak foundation of misery and complaints and all that. And I'm not with that anymore. So I had to set some boundaries and let that go. And I noticed the first time I said that I started putting down boundaries, people started dropping left and right. And I ain't just talking about coworkers and friends, I'm talking about family. I'm talking about close family, y'all. I'm talking about people that I grew up in the same household with. You feel me? So people are human, and you cannot have expectations of somebody just because they're somebody that's related to you. When you are passive aggressive, it makes it to where your communication is extremely ineffective. Okay, you're not giving somebody the whole picture. And when the things you say don't match your thoughts and thoughts become things, that means your actions and your words are not going to match. I know this firsthand. Okay, I had to grow from this. This didn't do anything. Hey, gossip. Good morning. Hey, I see you got your little wrench. I see you got your little wrench over there, girl. I ain't mad at you now. Passion as a verb. Good morning. Allie, good morning. I love you guys from the inside out. Hit the like for me, like Gossip said. I love it. Thank you. So yeah, it makes it where your communication is very ineffective. You ever seen somebody who it's obvious and evident in them that they don't want to do this thing, but they say, yeah, they're gonna do it anyway. They're like, yeah, I mean, I guess I can. And for me, not even realize that I did the same thing. I'm still an extrovert. And I would look at me like, if you don't want to do it, just say that. I ain't gonna be mad at you. Just say you don't want to do it. And I'm like, no, I'll do it. I'm fine. Now I can recognize that behavior more easily now because it's something that I used to do also, right? I would say yeah all the time and didn't want to do something. And then it makes it hard for you to engage in effective communication, because think about it. If your words don't match your thoughts, what's that also called? That's called lying, right? Ain't it called lying? Oh, I'm gonna have to go look at it, Passion. Thank you. But isn't that called lying? If you say one thing, but you think another. If you say one thing, but you feel another way, isn't that the same thing as lying? So how in the world can you have effective communication if you can't even be honest enough with yourself to be honest with the person that you're talking to? And think about how that affects your relationships. That'll affect your credibility with people, not just in person. That'll affect your credibility at work. Okay? Nobody's going to want to depend on you. Nobody's going to feel like you're responsible. Nobody's going to feel like they can trust you. Listen, I'm not telling y'all something I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Y'all know how many times I committed to something that I didn't want to commit to? And then when the time came for that thing to happen, I got to drag myself. Do y'all know stubbornness, procrastination, all of that can stem from being a passive aggressive person. You don't really want to do it. You don't, but you have to do it anyway. Like I said, you have to train your mind. And if you set boundaries, that can help with your passive aggressiveness, especially in dealing with another person. And you don't want to have to deal with that. Are your comments on? They should be. I don't even know how to turn them off. So I'm assuming they're on. Yes, yes, yes. Actions start as thoughts. Yes, ma'am. So what's on your mind determines your actions. And let me tell you another thing too. When I used to be going through that spiritual warfare, you ever have somebody who wants to do the right thing, right? And peer pressure, put it like that. If you're passive aggressive, they can make you do whatever they want to make you do, because passive aggressive people want to please everybody. Okay? They want to please everybody because they don't want anybody to be mad at them. They're afraid to say how they really feel because they're worried about, y'all already know, the people. Passive aggressive people are afraid to say how they really feel because they're worried about the opinions of the people. Okay? But trust me, you're going to find your people. If they leave, let them go. They're going to come back. I already know they're going to come back. You know what I'm saying? They'll be back. It's some people that subscribe to me. I had 147 subscribers when I woke up. I think I'm at 138 now. You know what I'm saying? What? That's fine with me. That's fine. In the past, it would have bothered me. It would have bothered me because I was so worried about the people. I would have been like, dang, well, what did I do wrong? Or why don't they like me? Or it must have been something myself. I don't care. I said what I said. And as long as I know that I have 100% respect for myself, which allows me to have 100% respect for others, I'm good on that. Either you like me or you don't. I get it now when they say love me or hate me. It is what it is. Either you love me or you don't. I never really understood. I'm like, why would you want somebody to hate you? Why would you not want somebody to like you? Girl, if you don't get your life, what you mean? You cannot please everybody. That's the only way you fail, is if you please everybody. If you are passive aggressive, there's a huge disconnect between what you say and what you do. Okay? Huge disconnect. Let's say I agree to help somebody decorate. I got a friend that's a wedding planner. Let's say I say, okay, I'll help you decorate or whatever. And then I'm thinking to myself, well, I know she's getting paid for this event. If I'm helping her set up, shouldn't I get something from this? You know what I mean? Not thinking from a place of money, but just thinking of a place of looking out for myself. You're not about to play me. I gotta live too. You know what I mean? I got a livelihood too. I may feel some type of way if that's not something that she brings up in the beginning. Like, if you help me out, I'll pay you, right? That I might think, well, maybe when this is over, maybe then she'll pay me. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. Then after the wedding is over, then I help clean up. Then she still don't even mention payment. And then a week goes by and I don't hear anything from her. All I got was a thank you. And the entire time, though, I wanted to know, okay, well, is this a paid event? Because if I had known, if she had told me up front whether or not I would get paid from it, or if I had asked up front whether or not I would have gotten paid for it, then she could have let me know what was up. And then I could have made a conscious decision as to whether or not that's something I want to agree to or not. But instead, I'm sitting the whole time in my head, in my thoughts, thinking, hoping and thinking and wishing maybe she'll pay me, maybe she won't. Then I'm mad now, but I got a happy face as I help out, but I'm mad because I don't feel appreciated. At least you could at least ask me, or maybe you don't. No, why you want to take yourself through all that? Then you end up with a bunch of depression and stress because you are emotionally drained. You got anger, resentment, hostility towards people who don't even know that you're upset or that something is wrong with you. Listen and listen good. The only way somebody can read your mind is if you write a book, okay? That is the only way somebody can read your mind. If you don't write a book and put your thoughts on paper, can't nobody read your mind. That is the only way somebody can literally read your thoughts. Okay, that's it. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I had this problem for a very long time. Okay, I've learned that one of my biggest issues is loneliness, and the reason why that's one of my issues is because my loneliness caused me to think that people cared less than what they actually did. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the ones in my life they did care less than what I thought. They cared less than what I thought they did. They really did. Okay, that's because those were not my people. Okay, they didn't have the same agenda that I have. We didn't have the same narrative. We weren't on the same mission. So yeah, of course, those weren't my people. We weren't even on the same page mentally. You feel what I'm saying? But when I really found my people, then things started to change. But I at first would isolate myself from people, and I would always have this feeling of, well, when is it my turn? When is somebody going to look out for me? When am I going to be the one that's prioritized in somebody else's life while I see here and prioritize other people? I really wasn't prioritizing anybody. Okay, everybody was just really floating around in limbo, right along with me in my mind, floating around in limbo in the second place with the people from Get Out, floating around in limbo, trying to figure my life out, trying to figure out, well, how do I really feel, or how do I feel about this person? I didn't even know. I didn't even know how I felt about stuff to even tell somebody in the first place. So you really got to like get to know yourself and understand what it is that you need in one, so you can set some healthy boundaries to make sure that you're straight. What you want and what you need and what you require from other people around you, you got to set that thing in stone, because if not, they will disrespect you all day long as you disrespect yourself. But isolation, a lot of that stuff comes from being passive aggressive. You think nobody cares. Nobody cares about me. Nobody loves you. Passive aggressiveness makes you victimize yourself, y'all. Oh my God. Woe is me. When is it my turn? When am I gonna be next? You know what I mean? Like, that's what it makes you know. You got to stand up for yourself. Make it your turn. Okay? That's what Corinne was saying in Unstoppable. She said, walk right up to the front where I belong and brag on it. Hey, you gotta do that. You gotta step in front of yourself. It's like, I told somebody the other day, it's people walking around here, grown people walking around here, neglecting their kids, right? Neglecting their children. But I ain't talking about kids you bore, the kid that you are. Imagine your inner child was outside of your body, okay? And they're standing there telling you everything that's went on with them. And instead of you looking out and protecting them, not because it's you, but because it's a kid. If y'all see a kid now, right now, let me see what we got. I know you're right. Silent lovers, I need you to interact so I can feel your love as well. That's right, girl. I did a video on that. Don't worry about these numbers. Have fun, build your brains, and get your. Oh, I'm not worried about the numbers at all, girl. Not at all. I be barely looking. My son asks me every day, how many? I'll be like, baby, let's look. I don't know. Good morning, Miss Trisha. I'm gonna have to watch that too, Allie. And Passion, I'm gonna have to watch yours too. Addie, thank you for coming back. It's okay. I know you'll be back. Last week's Motivational Monday. What is this today? Wednesday? What's this? Wisdom Wednesday? Maybe I'll hashtag this. Maybe somebody will come and watch it. China Empire. Good morning, China. Thank you. You too, beautiful. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, that'll make you victimize yourself. I mean, being passive aggressive is basically just lying about how you feel, which in turn hurts nobody but you. You got to learn to, and just if you're one of those people that are afraid of saying no, afraid of somebody, why would you even want those kind of people? You know what I mean? Why would you even want the kind of people around you who expect you to not take care of yourself? The only people that expect you to not take care of themselves are people who don't even understand the importance of what it means to have self-care and self-love. They don't understand the importance of that. You can't make them understand either. So you have no choice but to move on. I don't want to sit here and constantly be mad. Thank you. Oh, you talking to me, right, Alan? Oh, you talking to China? Because I love hers too. But you love mine, right? Y'all love mine. I love yours too, China girl. You were getting it, girl. I was with you on that. I want to do some more of those. Those were fun. My baby had so much fun. I cut the video short because I had to like clip it, trim the clips. But I was doing a dance And my son came in from school, and I'm talking about immediately. Immediately. When I tell y'all my baby is doggone just like me, just like me. Like another moderator just handled this. Ain't no other moderator. What you talking about? And I am gonna get some moderators, y'all. But I'm gonna be honest with you. It's some people that I want to make mods. I gotta be careful on this right here. I ain't got time for the drama, and I ain't got time for the foolishness. And you'll get kicked right on up out of here playing with me. I do not play these games. I'm a goofball, but when it comes to business, I handle mine. Trust and believe. I don't play them games. There ain't nothing immature or childish about me, okay? And if you come here with that foolishness and nonsense, you will get kicked right on out. I don't play those games. I'm not finna interact with you. All right, you're not finna bring that negative energy into my life. But I'm gonna set some mods. But I just don't have the patience or the time, honey. You spend your time and money on the things that are most important to you. Okay. And this right here, and your energy. And I'm not spending not a second over energy, time, or money that I have to if it's gonna negatively affect me, my energy, and it's gonna possibly make me give that foolishness to my child. Absolutely not. So when I fish through this thing here and I realize, who I feel like I'm comfortable enough making mods, I'm gonna do that. But there's a couple people that I thought about making a mod, and then I seen them in some other stuff. I'm just not with it. I know that you might feel like, well, I'm not doing that to you. Oh no, how you interact outside of what I see, that makes me that affects my choice to want to interact with you like that. I'm just gonna be honest with you. You can say I didn't do nothing to you, but you did something to them though, and I don't like that. I'm not finna just stick up for myself. Absolutely not. I don't ride like that. So I can't deal with that foolishness. If you in some other mess, I'm not with it. Okay. That's all I'm gonna say. My last two things. Being passive aggressive will end up causing you to be mad at yourself. It causes guilt, frustration, self-hate. It causes you to sometimes you can fall into a deep depression, all because you are unafraid to vocalize and be honest with your feelings. To combat passive aggressiveness, you have to commit to honesty and communication. Them two things alone, that'll really help you to get over passive aggressiveness. If you know somebody else, my little sister is very passive aggressive. I can't stand it. I can't stand it because I'm constantly like, I want to look out for her and take up for her all the time, but I can't do that because she's 26, she's 25. And I'm like, you have to learn to speak your mind. If you have to learn to do it in a healthy way, right? I had to learn to say things in a way that I'll be received, right? I'm not finna sugarcoat and try to make you feel like a baby or anything like that. But I'm gonna try to simplify things, make sure you understand where I'm coming from. And at the end of the conversation, if you don't receive what I had to say, I did my part. Okay, so I'm good on that. But if you know somebody else that's passive, talk to them. Please talk to them. Passive aggressive people struggle. They struggle with anxiety. They struggle with isolation, loneliness, abandonment, neglect. And to be honest, all of it is really their fault. It was my fault that I was lonely and angry and isolated. All it was my fault. It was absolutely my fault. And my last I guess note or whatever, I don't know what you want to call it, but please don't confuse passive aggressiveness with being an introvert. That's two different things, okay? People when I would explain to folks about my passive aggressiveness, they would look at me like an alien. Okay? When I would explain to people how hard it was for me to get on YouTube and record videos, when I first started going on Facebook Live and how nervous I would be, when I tried to send my sister the thing and say I can't babysit, people think because you're an extrovert and you talk a lot that you shouldn't be afraid of nothing. Really? Really? That is complete and utter ignorance if I ever seen it. Okay? Bruh, just because you talk a lot, that means I'm talkative. Okay? I'm a talkative person. And just because you talk don't mean you saying nothing. You're not speaking. Just because you talk doesn't mean you're saying anything. I don't think I'm a talker anymore. I feel like I'm a speaker now. I've changed. And I've learned how to speak in a way that I get my point across so that other people can understand where I'm coming from and how I feel. And now you know what is and isn't allowed for as far as I'm concerned. Does that make sense? Let me see. China, girl, I need you around, because when I can't say those words, bad words, you can say them for me. Yours was so much amazing. Continue to do more. China, yours was too. Listen, I don't care about the choreography. Your confidence, your smile, your light, everything about your video. It didn't need the experience. What was going on was cool. I was jamming with you and everything, but honey, I didn't fell in love with you. I fallen in love with all of y'all. That's why y'all are here. Passion as a verb, speaking my language, boo. That's why we here. Let's see. Can we just be 100? It also causes yes, girl. Serious division. Serious division. And you know what's crazy? Remember when I talked about, let's let this be like an example. Remember I talked about how you have the angel and the devil, and whichever one you feed, that's the one that's the loudest, the one with the loudest voice, the one you hear the most. And that's the one that feeds into your thoughts the most, which in turn affects your actions. So if you're feeding, if you're confused about where you stand, right? Instability, that's also a lack of faith. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but instability is also a symptom of a lack of faith. You can't pick a side, pick and choose now. Hot or cold, left or right or wrong, good or evil, angels or demons, God or devil, heaven or hell. Which one you going with, bro? You stuck in limbo. That's when you go crazy. That's the same thing as your actions. That's a flesh thing. Your thoughts, that's a spirit thing. Your flesh and your spirit, when they fight with each other, that is spiritual warfare. That is no different than being passive aggressive. You out here saying, I want to do this, right? And you don't. Physically, you go out here and do it, and your heart and your mind and your soul ain't even into it. You too. You cannot get up here and fake the funk every day. No offense, but some of these big channels that are pretending to be something that they're not, okay, trying to please everybody, not being real, not saying how they feel. You can't keep worrying about controversy. If you are in a state of comfort at all times, you ain't doing something right. You're doing something wrong, baby. If everybody likes you, something is wrong with you. Everybody should not like you. There's no way. You need to be honest enough with yourself and the world to where you are firm in where you stand, what you stand in, your feelings, your thoughts, what you want, what you don't want, what you allow, what you don't allow, what you permit, all that. If you can't do that, you're going to drive yourself crazy. Everybody else, they're going to take advantage of that. They know where they stand. They know where they stand. They stand in a place of manipulation. They want to take advantage of people like you. And guess what you did? You opened up the door and allowed them to come in and drive and make you drive yourself crazy because you're out here doing one thing and feel another way about it. That is crazy. You about to make me get out of bed and go in the front for being too loud, because Lord knows I ain't trying to wait. Don't you wake that man up. Extroverts just know how to adapt. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm an extrovert. I have not really studied. One thing I love about this, right? When I went on this journey, I started really looking into things because a lot of people, and I can speak for Black people because I'm Black, okay? I know this. A lot of Black people, we got a lot of issues, and we run around and say, I'm crying for, why are you crying? I don't know. I'm just crying for no reason. No, you're not. You're crying for a reason, girl. You just don't know what it is. We don't have a name for some of the stuff that we deal with mentally because mental health has always been so taboo. And plus, we didn't have the knowledge, you know what I mean, and the resources that we have now to learn more about. That's why I know that we are going to make some changes. We're going to make our ancestors and them proud. You know what I mean? Let go of that guilt and stuff that we got for them. They didn't know no better. They still don't know no better. Okay? It is what it is. They gave us the best they could. They gave us what somebody gave them, and which won't much. All right, but we have no excuse now. We got everything we need to succeed. I don't want to hear that mess no more. But a lot of Black people have, and when I learned what anxiety was, it was like, thank you, God. Like, okay, this feeling I feel, why I want to cry. Oh, it's because I want to call my dad and ask him about something that he said that hurt my feelings when we were around family, but I didn't want to say nothing then, but I need to have this conversation because it really bothered me, hurt my feelings. My daddy is an alpha male, okay? He don't want to hear nothing by himself. He don't even like hearing that you hurt his feelings. If you put his name in a negative sentence, it's a wrap. You're not going to hear nothing else from him. He going to hang up on you. And my daddy is an ordained minister, and I hope he don't never find his life because he don't know I'm talking about him. But if he do, It's the truth. Oh, well, he's an ordained minister. I love my dad to death. But my dad is an alpha male. And like a lot of older males, they don't want to hear nothing about themselves. They don't want to hear it. So I used to, this passive aggressive, I used to call him and anxiety and be afraid well, before I wouldn't say anything. Then when I started like saying, okay, well, you know what? Shonda told me, go ahead and say what I got to say. So one day I decided to call my dad and speak on something that bothered me. When the phone was ringing, y'all, this is how anxiety works. When the phone was ringing, I was like sitting like this. You ever be standing still in the moment and then you just realize your shoulders are up for no reason? You ever been standing and realize you squeezing your butt cheeks together and you just loosen them up, like you just be tense, just all the time, just tight and tense. One day I read a post that said, take your shoulders from below your earlobes and breathe. And I no lie, I was sitting just like this. I said, oh Lord Jesus, oh Lord, why am I so tense? I tensed up before my dad even answered the phone. Then I started to prepare myself for my daddy's attitude because I already knew he was gonna have an attitude. From then, I ended up prepping my argument for my dad's argument that had not even happened yet. So I was already ready to fight. I was ready to go. Okay. And guess what happened? He answered the phone. I manifested that thing just as clear as day. He answered the phone. I was already on 10. Right. So when I told him my problem, it was an attack. It was not, I'm coming to you out of concern. I want to communicate with you and talk to you. No, it was more of an attack. You did what you did, and now you need to fix it. My dad wasn't trying to hear that. So, and because of how he is, before being that I was passive aggressive, I used to be afraid to speak to him. But once I learned how to be direct with how I feel in a way that I'm received without attacking anybody and just basically laying everything out on the table and just being prepared for your response with no expectation. He can agree, he can either disagree. You need to be prepared for either one. So I said, okay, let me do that. I called my dad and I was like, I said, hey dad, I call, I'm not trying to argue or anything. No, I said this call is a call of concern. That's what I'm calling it. It's a call of concern. It's just a few things that I feel like we should discuss, because they kind of make me feel some type of way. Do you think we can do that? He said, yeah, we can do that. So I started having this conversation with him. By the end of the conversation, because I had no expectations, because I wasn't being anxious over something that hadn't happened. Anxiety is just worrying about something that ain't even happened yet. That's all it is. Anxiety is being scared or worried about something that ain't even happened. You done manifested anxiety, false evidence, fear, false evidence appearing real. You done made up something in your head. Now you fighting that thing in your head that ain't even happened yet. Ain't that crazy? We do some crazy stuff, don't we? But I had to learn what anxiety was. A lot of Black people don't even know what we dealing with. We don't even know what it is we're dealing with. You know how many Black people have never heard of let me think. Well, you people have heard bipolar. They walk around and joke, oh, that girl's bipolar. She always mad and she happy. Bro, go look up what it is to be bipolar, okay? You may be suffering from bipolar, all right? Black people, some of them don't even know they depressed. Don't even know what depression is. You think you just sad today? Then you think you just sad tomorrow? Then you just sad the next day? You ain't just sad every day. And you're trying to do things to make yourself feel better. It's the same thing. And then you're afraid to speak on how you feel. That mess will drive you crazy. Let me see. Worry and doubt also is a clear sign. Yes, it is. It really is. And you know what I've learned from doubt and worry? That has caused me to procrastinate in the past. That caused me to be stubborn. That caused me to be lazy. All of it, because I didn't really believe that the work I was trying to put in was going to really the seeds I was sowing, I was going to reap the benefits. I didn't think that. I'm with God when He says, if you are going to give grudgingly, don't give. Absolutely. And don't give me that stuff people talk about. Well, God knows my heart. Well, you realize that your heart can be moving in the wrong direction, right? Your heart, it can be moving in the wrong direction. You can have a heart of hate. Okay? Don't sit here and say, God knows my heart. The Bible says the heart is wicked. People, I don't understand. We just really need to dive into some stuff so we can learn as a community. There are some people that have been left behind, okay? have been left behind, and there's some culture vultures out there who will succeed off the backs of other people like them, and then never come back and do anything different. Majority of our issues come from ignorance. Like, do y'all realize that? People don't know, okay? And they don't know what they don't know. So they don't know what to go out and find. They don't know what to look for. Somebody got to set an example. That's what I'm trying to be. When we start going out, y'all, and speaking on stage, I'm gonna need a panel. I'm gonna need a panel of women with me, and y'all gonna have to ride with me. Choose ye this day who you gonna serve, because lukewarm, he will spew you out his mouth. Even the Lord said he will respect you more when you choose who you gonna be. Amen. I can't stand these pop-ups. Hold on. Not we are going to make them proud. Live in the now. Now, make our ancestors proud. Quit planning and verb it. Do it. Learn the definition of action. That's what I mean. When I say make our ancestors proud, I'm talking about by our actions. Because ain't nothing going to happen in a day. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm talking about making some serious, like generational change. And I know that's not going to just happen today. But I also know that, like you said, our actions, we got to change some people's minds. We say all the time, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. That's our problem now. We grew up being told but not taught. How are we going to do something we don't know how to do? Even in school, they say you can do anything you set your mind to. Okay, well, let's get some index cards then. What is it you're trying to do? Okay, so maybe you need to do this little goal. When you finish that little goal, do that little goal. Then let's tackle this medium goal. Let's tackle this other medium goal, this other one, and then we're going to get to this big goal. We don't do that. We don't do that. You can do anything. What does it mean to set your mind to something? What does that mean? That's what I mean when I say make our ancestors proud. I ain't just talking about, hey, gossip, good morning. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. But I know, especially where I live now, it's somebody's going to have to be more vocal, more verbal. People going to have to make their presence known. I'm good on this YouTube thing because I'm getting out how I feel. I'm spreading wisdom and light. But this ain't all it is. And if my complaint is that everybody learns everything off of social media, who am I for somebody just to come and believe? Who am I for somebody to just be like, oh, she sounds like she knows what she's talking about? Who am I? I'm not that arrogant to think that I'm a teacher, a worldwide. No, I can't just get on here and talk. I want to get out and find some people that are willing to change their minds, some classes, some schools, teach some wisdom, teach people how to apply these things, even in church. Even in church, they tell you all day what to do, but don't tell you what that means or how to do it or why. Like, you know nothing. This is what you're supposed to do because this is what we've been doing all this time. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with that at all. Like, I'm not just gonna do something just because you tell me to. That's why I be feeling like an alien, because I research everything. You're not just gonna tell me that this is the way. Okay, Jesus is the way. All right. And if you're a leader, okay, Matthew 15:14, you're finna leave me in the pit and you blind, I'm blind. Absolutely not. No. If I don't see you following Jesus, y'all remember those what would Jesus do bracelets? We need to get those back. We need to go get those back. That's one way I tell my son how to behave or who to follow. If it's not somebody doing something that Jesus would do, Jesus is a representation of the kind of servant's heart we're supposed to have. If they ain't doing what Jesus would do, don't follow them. And if you ain't doing what Jesus would do, I don't want nobody following you either. But I believe at some point we got to get out here and really make ourselves known. This social media thing is cool. You know what I mean? I want to write books and everything. That's cool. You know what I mean? But you got to meet people where they are. And in 2019, everybody ain't reading. In 2000, look how many views we be getting. Like the stuff that we do, it's not, I don't really care about the numbers, but I am trying to reach somebody. And I feel like the Bible always talks about follow. I don't believe in coincidence. Not only the follow thing, what's the other one that they say a lot in the Bible? I forgot the other word. But people always want to be followers, my followers. What kind of leader are you? I ain't trying to lead nobody in no pit. I ain't trying to send nobody to hell. Mm-mm. And be, as quiet as it's kept, people really ain't my problem. Okay, they're not. But I know I got a job to do. Okay, and I want to really change some people's lives and change some people's minds. They offered a class in government housing free if you live out here. Oh, your girl took advantage of that class. Went to this class. It was called Steps, and it was literally teaching you how to change your mind. Literally. This class blew my mind. I could not believe it. And to be honest, the class costs money. And there's another development that you have to live in order to go to this class. But the lady she knows how hard I'm trying to succeed and get out of here. They paid for it for me for free. All right. When I took this class, I was like, my mind was blown. Okay. Before I moved in government housing, I already had 2 degrees. Okay. I graduated with honors. So I'm educated, right? But I was not wise. I was not wise. I've always gave good advice because I know how to put words together, right? But I was not wise at all. We need to start spreading some wisdom. All this knowledge is cool. But they learn knowledge in school, okay? We need to learn and apply wisdom. Otherwise, knowing 2 plus 2 equals 4 and being able to add 2 plus 2 is not the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? Memorizing something and knowing how to trust the process, 2 different things. And I think that's one thing we need to teach people, because y'all already know at the end of the day, the lack of faith that we have going around tends to make people have a lack of faith in God will make you have faith in money, in man. Because all that the other stuff comes with that. Money and everything else that's man-made, all that man stuff. If you don't have faith in God, you got faith in man. That's the passive aggressive thing. You know what I mean? Have faith. If you're doing the right thing, have faith. If you're saying the right thing, just say how you feel. You know what I mean? I can no longer be passive aggressive. It causes man, that thing probably causes ulcers, and I got enough health issues as it is, y'all. I cannot do it. Let me read some notes. First of all, quit blaming everyone else and situations and circumstances for who you are and what you have. Only you are in charge of your own individual choices. You don't like your situation? Change your situation. That's right, girl. I ain't mad at you. And you know, I can see you writing that. You probably was like, first of all, change your circumstances. I get so sick and tired. I'm sick and tired with you. I'm sick and tired, but you know, it's a lot of people that don't know. They don't know the difference. Change your attitude, take a different perspective, and act in a different angle. I completely agree. I've just seen some people out here. I believe it's a process. You know, changing your attitude, that's something that needs to be done. It has to be consistent, because we already know this right here is a journey. Motivation, inspiration, transformation journey. It never ends. It never, ever, ever stops. Never, ever, ever. As long as time goes, this will go. It will never ever stop. So you can't give up. You can't quit. You can't base your choices on the girl that quit. She quit. All right. Don't ever quit. You got to keep going forever and ever and ever. Change is life. Exactly. And you know what else life is? Life is just a series of answers of answers to questions that you have not asked. It just this life is just a series of answered questions, of answers to questions that you don't know you have yet. That's what I say about kids. Like, we got to start. They gonna have questions now, or they need to know stuff now. The answers to questions now they'll have later in life. Like, you got to teach them certain things now, so they can run interference on certain things when they get older. Like, that's the difference in wisdom. They need to know how to do things. I told my son, you know, this is dark. But do you know, just because you know this is black, you know this is dark, but do you know what it feels like to be dark? Do you know what that is? Do you know what darkness is, though? Like, it's a difference. It's a difference. Huh? Be right back, boo. Gotta pay some bills. Girl, go pay mine too, girl. My rent is due right now. Good morning. Have a great day. I'll check it out later. You doing it, sis? I don't know. I don't ask, seek, knock. Yes, ma'am. You know what? Me and my baby made up a that same thing like that. That's what I use for him. That ASK, ask and you shall receive. Um, what's the other one? Seek and it shall be. What is it? How does it go? Not, I forgot. I need to look that up because I be trying to make anagram, not just for my baby, but for me too. Because I forget. I be forget. I'm trying to do better with that stuff. You gotta apply this stuff. You really do. Knowledge, that stuff comes from man. Wisdom comes from God. I'm learning that. I'm learning that solely. There we go. Seeking it shall be given unto you. Not. Oh, but yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about this morning. I didn't really do any writing yesterday like I was supposed to. So I need to get myself together because I gotta start holding myself accountable for this stuff. Like, it's not gonna happen overnight. And I really want this. I really, really want it. It's so easy for me to say things out of my mouth, but then when it comes to putting it on paper, I can write it, but then when it comes to structuring it, I get frustrated. So, did you send me the email? Because I didn't see it. Let me put my. I still have the same one. I have it forwarding my emails, but I also got another one too. I changed it. So, oh, look at it. Highlight my own name. Okay. Okay. Email me and I'll give you all that because I would love to read your book. But it is an hour. I gave myself an hour. Like I said today, I'm gonna hold myself accountable today and get off here. It's been an hour. I love you guys from the inside out. I appreciate you all for coming to my live. And I'll probably make a video today. I want to make sure I'm as proactive with my videos. I don't want to just have a bunch of lives and that's all. I need some information that people can use and send out. Everybody don't want to sit through an hour live if they weren't there at the time. People don't want to come back, and I understand that, and I'm cool with it. I ain't got a problem with it. But anyway, I love you all from the inside out. I'm gonna go ahead and get off this thing. Give me something to eat, and get to writing. Love y'all from the inside out. I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.